All right, y'all, part 3 on 2020 vision, breaking open the double emergence of the cicadas, the 2 horses running blood-soaked, Biden's czar powers with the climate, and the climate is tied to the bride and groom, and the climate, that mate, is tied to the primaries, and the primaries, and Joseph is that carpenter with the saw who's cutting America down the middle, and he's got his ruler out, his T-square is out, and those types of things. So this 95 is tied to that T-square. Let's continue the matrix, okay? So the 2 horses, one of them's name is Vita, and that's the V, Ida, and that ID is for that real ID, and ID is tied to the Idaho for the chips, and that chips is tied to the Taiwan for the chips or whatever, for the computer chips, and you have the chips for the potatoes for the Russia and their vodka, the V Adka, and that Ka is tied to the Ka god, and the Kansas, and all those other things that we laid out, and then the AK is tied to the Arkansas, and then the Ida Mountains is tied to there, near Hot Springs or whatever, but Hot Springs is hot because there's a volcano under there. So maybe that diamond might be that offset diamond or whatever that sparks one diamond. The Yellowstone might spark the other one, or the San Madrid might spark it, or however these things, it might be kind of that area or whatever. Okay, so either way, dude, I'm just saying, like, that might be tied to going off or part of these crossroads that's being set up or whatever, because we're going to get a spiritual and a carnal, and the mixture of earth and the elements and the climates and the people and all these things coming into a force to create a new fucking reality, because the new heaven and earth is open and it's prepared, and as it's opened, the beasts are being gathered, and they're being brought in. Where the fuck are we, right? As this new reality is set open, and the new reality you get a shot of in Back to the Future Part 2, because Biff Tannen is based on the character Trump, according to the writers and producers and stuff. So this is kind of a timeline movie, and we can see the Wild West in Part 3. That's that tribulation time frame, that great tribulation, when you realize you're all left behind, and those types of things. And the crossroads have been shown to America, where that Middle East war that went with Bush, that burning bush, you're gonna have that real burning bush and all this shit going on in America, in the Bible Belt, as the Bible Belt is struck, ding ding. Okay, so as the 2 horses ran through the Buckingham Palace area, that's that pale ace, that's that pale rider. So that's the 3 horses, but one's in a spirit, 2 are in a carnal. Okay, do you understand? So that's the merge of these 2, but they're being ran to the waters. So as they're being ran to drink the waters, this is where the people, the dead seek, or the people are seeking death, or start running to the church, or start running to wherever. That's all pre-set up to blind even more. Okay, and they shall not find it as one way, and they shall not find it in another way. Okay, because they'll seek truth, but they shall not find it, because the truth social, and the dawn has shined his light, as the dawn has risen and shined his light over Lady Liberty. And that started in the 2017, when you're told that you're in the tribulation. In the middle of that, the world war started with the invisible enemy, but now the hijab from the doctor and the woman clothed, and that first round of the sick K does, all right, oh, we got the COVID, we got to go together, blah, 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 we had it all before, blah, blah, blah. So that's when that beast, that lower chakra, the worship of Moses, the serpent, lifting the serpent, all was done, and it got 80%. And those of the 80, you're going to get the rest of the 20 more than likely with the name and number of the 9/11, the 45, 47, 47 agenda, the L even. The L is tied to the Jonah and the L, the Jonah and the well is tied to the 23 L's that's being served for that flight of bear, and all those different things. Okay, folks. So you're living on a merge of reality, and those of us who've been following along or whatever, you're going to understand a little bit more when I speak about these little parables and whatever, because those of us speak in parables, so they shall not hear and they shall not understand. Okay? And now at this point, you literally have to be a fucking monkey, pretty much, not to understand. I mean, I'm just trying to be, I'm trying to be as nice as possible. It's your option to be caught up. Are you going to be caught up by the man inside of you? Or are you going to be caught up by that man, the begotten man who has that light? You have a light inside of you, but that light's been taken from you and it's being controlled. It's being controlled from you in all ways. It's being controlled. Oh, the diet, this, that, and the other. And all these candles, they have a little bit of truth. They have a little bit of light in them, but you got to realize that when you're up there all the way, you're going to get burned. You want to have a handle on it and be the handle of the candlestick. We're using all 7 to see in this world. You pick and choose what candle you need when. As one grows shorter, they don't always need to be replaced at the same time. They don't always flicker the same. So this is just like our lives. Scores are being set up in multiple ways. The horses hit the double-decker bus. The double-decker bus, you had soldiers thrown off the horse. So you have soldiers thrown off, soldiers coming in to a war near you. And the coronation, the shining up of the crown, or the crown's being given, all those things for the white horse, the White House rider, to where Biden is given that crown, to where we're going to be going to war. And as we're going to war on one side, the dawn is there to shine his light, to put on his crown, to gather his army. And as he gathers his army out of all these things, is going to come to that spot to where the sepulcher, whatever, is in September. And all those things we've been tracking. Okay? And that octopus for the August, that destroying wind, it's got you in those tentacles, that 10, the begotten, the 10 man, the no heart, the heartland. The horses are all, and they went on a rampage. This ram is part of the ram that sacrifice, and then that ramp for the loading up for the beast to go into the slaughter, and then the ramp for lowering the boat down into the lake to go fishing, and these different things that are stacking up to our reality. Okay? Because the man, the eagle, the lion, the ox, they're all being gathered. And the rainbow, all the colors of the rainbow are shining through. Or you can be of light, or you can be of dark, you can be of sun, you can be of sin, the moon, sun, the light, all these things. One comes out one time, one comes out 2 times, one comes out here and there. Okay, folks, so this is all, the earthly things are there to explain you the heavenly things. And these spirits, the parables, the things that are there to shake you in the spirit, to shake the temples. The third eye, the single eye, the one where God exists, where the pineal. That's that light flickering. Hey, maybe he might know what he's talking about. Because these times are breaking open. The 2020 vision and dreams. The first 3.5 years are just to gather up the body. Because the body is going to be needed in these times, as the Jesus, the Jesus, is going to be taken to the cross, and these people need a light to shine for them. So if you're in these areas and these things go down, and you're wherever you are, you're going to be used for that purpose. But are you going to be used for the light that's coming or the darkness that is not? When you get into that cave, that den, that by den, you come out to that dawn, that morning star, are you coming out to the musk, the dusk, and you're going to flip out? Or are you coming out to that heated day where you're going to go into that afternoon sun? The Trump, he met at the construction sites. The construction sites are perfect Trojan horse for multiple things. And Build Back Better is about taking down all this stuff in a believable fashion, because things have to be reset in a way. But as the reality has changed, the people don't understand the reality, and they're being taught this, that, and the other. They're brainwashed that heaven's here, hell's here, or whatever for their salvation. Okay, it's going to come down to where they have to make these choices, and like as Biden would be the antichrist to the church or whatever, this is where the church realizes, hey, maybe we need to get this guy out because we're all left behind, and this guy's trying to bring the mark of the beast and all these other things. This is where the beast rises. That's the mark of the beast. That's where the man don't know. But we're the sons of God, where we do know. No man knows the day or hour, but the sons of God do. The ones who've been given the light do, because Jesus came back in Revelation through John, who's within us, right? So that's coming back within us, and he's giving him a revelation of what just happened in 70 AD. And then you have this being overlapped throughout time, and we're being told about the end times happening before, but then it's going to be happening again. All right, so these things are there to show us as a mirror and as a reflector. We just live in a time where all these things are merging together. Like you get in the Greek gods, that's where you get Adonis and Adonia and the Atlanteans and all this stuff coming together, dude. Poseidon with his trident. The trident is he has it in his hand. And that trident is tied to the tribulation, that trifecta with Biden and the 3 scores and all those other things, dude. And then Poseidon gives birth to the Pegasus, which is the water horse. All right, the Pegasus, that's the us for the United States. And anyway, it just goes on. And then the GA in the Pegasus is short for Georgia, the George AI, and the George for the Washington that we worship, for the mark of the beast, to worship his name and number. And that's for the lie, the Washington, the brain Washington, and all those things. Okay, it's all there as an easy sign for the man to understand. But if you operate as an eagle, ox, or lion, you're not going to get it. We're going to end it here because of time.